Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Throughline Check Professionals. I'm here at 535 North Fuller Avenue in Miracle Mile, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line for Ben Baru. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which lies exterior to the structure and is underground. It connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which is underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination does not focus on the building drain line system. So if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up for our office. Now, I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 4-inch main sewer line cleanout located on the right side of the property. The line pretty much runs in a more or less direct path. It makes a couple of turns, slight jogs to the right, slight jogs to the left, but in a more or less direct path to the center of the street, and at which point we're in a vitrified clay sewer pipe. Now, it's about 104 feet in length. I'll be pulling back from that and describing the characteristics and the condition of the pipe as we come back from that. Now, pulling away from public sewer, we are in a 6-inch vitrified clay sewer connection. The vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. It's also intended... The vitrified clay has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity, and it also has a possibility of root intrusions of the joint areas. It's considered a maintenance concern when we run into that, and there's a little bit of that coming into the system. Now, there's a couple of different materials here, and I wanted to give that kind of general information regarding the clay line, as there's going to be portions of it which we were pulling through, but we pull away from this section of that vitrified clay, and we're actually in a concrete, 6-inch diameter concrete sewer lateral. Now, concrete exhibits pretty similar phenomenon to the clay. It does have it does last a long time, but it also has that tendency to let in roots at the joint areas, and it has potential for damage during earthquake and seismic activity. Now, there's one other aspect to the concrete line which needs to be brought up, which is that in 2007, the City of Los Angeles had an ordinance with regards to concrete sewer laterals. Essentially, the ordinance states that if any, it essentially states that concrete sewer laterals before 1965 need to be rehabilitated with a lining system. Now, this isn't necessarily something that will come up, but if certain work permits are requested in the system, or for the property, the city, it is possible that the city will request a video examination done of the line, and they also might request that the section gets a lining system administered. Now, it isn't necessary that in every single case we see this occurring, but I do need to, bring note and bring light to the fact that it is possible that the city will require a lining system administered through this section. Here's a little bit of there's a small section here. We've got some roots there at the joint. But pulling back now, we're back into this vitrified clay line, and I kind of described the characteristics of that earlier. There's a couple spots here that we have some root intrusions at the joint areas. Here's an example of such. Well, this is pretty minor. I don't even recommend necessarily the line needs to be cleaned right away, but it's good to kind of keep an eye on it, especially in the older clay pipes. There is one section of the clay which is more of a concern. Here's another section with some roots. We're coming up on that in the next couple of feet here, and coming up on this. Right around here, 50 feet. Okay, at 50 feet, we do have a break in the line running along the right side of the pipe. You can see there's a crack running along the entire length of this short section. I've gone ahead and flagged this out. The break is located in the front yard. It's at a depth of 4 feet 11 inches, and it's located basically 50 feet directly in front of this cleanout here, and that will need to get repaired. Now, the rest of this section is still this vitrified clay. The rest of it, besides some minor root intrusions at some of the joints, actually looks to be in acceptable condition. no other breaks to speak of. Slope's good. So really there's basically that section, that break in the line that needs to get repaired, and it will just need to be checked out with the city in regards to the section of concrete. I didn't really cover this while I was going through the concrete, but the concrete section itself looks to be in acceptable condition. I don't see any breaks. I don't see anything that needs to be repaired, but I do need to, make comment on the fact that the city might request that the lining system be administered. All right, now we've moved from a vitrified clay into a modern ABS plastic. The modern plastics are a very excellent material for main sewer lines. They have a long service life expectancy. They have a very smooth inner surface, which is very efficient in washing out debris, and when installed properly are intended to be impervious to root intrusions. So overall, they're an excellent material for main sewer lines. Here we got another about 10 feet of this, and then I'll show you the clean it access today. Just kind of coming around a couple slight little jogs to the right and the left here, and coming out of this clean out. Show you where our access point was today. All right, now here's our main sewer line cleanout. This 4-inch main sewer line cleanout here. I'm just going to stop and take a photo of this really quickly for the video, and give you a little orientation. So we're here on the right side of the house. There's these two air conditioning units here where the cleanout's located, and directly to the right, basically just beyond that little gate, I've placed a pink marker flag, and that's where the location of the break is. Pretty much heads in a direct path right up to the center of the street. And with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant day.